Grand Rising, kindred spirits, and for those who are new, I welcome you too. Also, why don't you just mosey along to the bottom of this video and hit the subscribe button? Also, thumbs up this video if you find the content beneficial. Share it if you like on your social media platforms. If you find that this information is beneficial for a friend or two. Also, leave some comments at the bottom of this video if you have any kind of questions or comments. Also, if you find that you want to engage with me on a little more personal level, then my contact information will be at the end of this video, and it also will be found in the description box. Now that I have that out the way, let's get into the video. So this video is going to be kind of personal. Yes, I feel a need to be a little more open about my journey. I'm here to take accountability because I see more things in me. And I'm just sharing with you how I reflect. But usually I'm not talking to you guys. I'm usually talking with my spirit guides and ancient benevolent ancestors and ascended masters in the Most High, or in the supernatural forces of nature. So yeah, I include all, so I just named them all. So I've already talked about it with them. And I felt a need to share it with you guys because it's a part of my healing journey. And maybe this will be something that will help you. It's basically just me being totally honest, opening up and really, truly expressing to myself, learning in the midst to express, open up and express honestly what I'm feeling to my spirit family, you know? So I'm going to do that with you guys. And when I examine myself, you know, I think about comments that were made, even coming from my children. My children are adults. Now, even though you may not feel the way I feel about things, but when children become adults, they're no longer children, little children. They're still your children. But for me, even though they're my children, I respect them as adults because I understand the concept that they come through us and not to us, or they come through me and not to me. But they have their own path to journey along that they have to walk. We can only teach them so much. For a lot of the stuff that we want to teach them, it may not be for them, you know? So I don't know if they consider me this way, but I kind of felt like I came off as a narcissist. But even though back then I didn't see it. And let me help you understand it, because I don't know if there's different levels to this narcissism thing, but because I had to be, or I felt like I had to be the mother and the father in a single parent household. So when I look back, I kind of felt like, dang, you know, I was probably a bit controlling. Well, a bit controlling, because I don't know, but maybe a lot. I don't know. I don't know how they feel about it. I'm just being honest. I could feel some controlling factors. And as I've gotten mature, as my age has matured, notice I said my age, there was still some things I needed to learn. There was some things I saw within myself that was kind of controlling. Now, I'm single now by choice because I realized in my past relationships, and this is why I do not judge harshly those people who are young and who do rebounds, jump out of one relationship into the other relationship without giving themselves time to heal because they're so angry and they're so hurt and they want to hurt the other person. That wasn't always my case because I didn't do a lot of rebounds. Didn't feel a need because I didn't feel too much jealousy in certain relationships. You know, I usually was being honest, just exploring my sexuality. But what we have to understand is there are some of us that do change. I don't know about the all of us, but some of us do change, or we're forced to change. So my life lessons forced me to change because I wanted to learn. I did not want to live my life doing stupid stuff all the time. I wanted to be able to walk in confidence and feel like I've mastered my life. I wanted to conquer and master situations in my life. So I did a lot of reflecting and introspection in my life. Even when it comes to relationships, sometimes you need to be by yourself to understand and understand how to treat yourself, especially if you did not get it in relationships. And that's the problem, because we were looking for someone to treat us good in relationships instead of us learning, because we didn't have that guidance also. You know, I didn't have a father in my life, never knew my father. So I had to learn as I go. So it wasn't easy for me to open up to family members to talk about these things. And maybe because what I was seeing, it looked like a lot of them was, they needed to stop and heal or back up and wait some things out so they can heal their lives. So I didn't have too much of good examples. And if I did, no one spoke up to me. Sometimes people would just look down, and I'm not saying everyone in my family, because maybe you wanted to open up. Maybe I just didn't know how to open up, because when I did used to open up, maybe the way I was saying it, maybe it was just too blunt or sounded disrespectful, or they just didn't know how to answer the questions. So, and I'm not blaming them, because it could have been difficult for them growing up to be able to express themselves. So I learned just basically, I became a part of an organization and learned a lot of stuff. But I'm taking accountability, because I want to own up to my BS. I know lately I've experienced a lot of challenges. Now, if you look at the last video, I spoke about someone that I allowed to live in my home until they got themselves together. And I was used to doing this in my 20s, but you know, a bad habit slipped up and came through. Okay. And you got to remember that magic word I said, I allowed it. And we have to take accountability for what we allow into our lives. Certain relationships I allowed because I didn't know better until I was hurt enough. I went through the rough and the bluff until I learned enough to say enough is enough. You know, so everything that I have said, even dealing with situations with my children, you know, I love them, but maybe we show a strange way of loving each other because it wasn't showed or performed that way. And I didn't even realize that it had kind of trickled down to me. Because I know when my children were babies, I loved to hold them and hug them. But, you know, when they got big, I just kind of felt like they wanted their space. So it became a habit of not, you know, as they're adults, you know, they see things differently. You know, one of my sons, you know, want to say happy birthday to him. And he feels like just calling him up to say that makes him feel like I'm treating him like a child. So I don't do it. It's just me wanting to acknowledge the day I gave birth. I know we can be very hard on ourselves, and I'm probably just being very hard on myself. But do I have skeletons in my closet? I don't have anything to hide. It's just certain things that I don't think is necessary to talk about on here. So as I said, speaking about the situation, remember, I allowed it. So it was a lesson, and I realized. I also realized a lot of insecurities that I had also in my own home. Someone making me feel little in my own home, and I had to hurry and correct that. I didn't like that, you know. I had to make it clear that it's my home. But I also really realize now, and I'm taking accountability for this. So next time, I don't care if they're married or not. I just, you know, no rooming in my home. No rooming. Especially if you're a man. No rooming. And I have to be very careful, even if I let a female family member, even though I already have one living here with me. And trust, something I allowed. And once I can get them to grow up and move out, knowing that they're going to be safe, no coming back. There's no coming back. Because a lot of times as we mature, some parents would prefer their children to come back and live in the house with them. They probably miss that. Well, I don't. I want my space. I want to be able to be me. Not that I can't be me in my home, but certain things are limited. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to say that I'm at the point where I'm going to be all wild. No. It's not that. It's just, I just want my peace. I just want to, you know, when you let people come and stay with you, sometimes, you know, stuff get torn up. Stuff get out of place. People tend not to respect. And I don't get that. If you need a place to stay, you need to learn to respect where you're living, especially if someone is offering up you a place to stay or giving you a place to stay, or, you know, letting you stay there after you've asked. But also too, we as people who allow people into our home, we got to be very expressive about our boundaries and our rules in our homes. You know, this talk with you guys is really different from my talk this morning, well, earlier in the day. It was more emotional, and I'm glad it's not as emotional, because I kind of felt, well, maybe it won't be emotional when I come and talk to you guys, because I would have gotten it out. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be able to sit here. I have my problems, and one of my problems that I am doing my best to come out of, because it seems like when I was on the verge and I was getting it together, getting my finances together, my credit and everything together, at a time in my life when things was going great, I was laid off. And then everything just plummeted right back down. And when I was laid off, even though I went back, I was let go again. I realized, I was like, you know what? I am so tired of other people being in charge of my life, dictating my finances and my career and laying me off. Now, I have become an entrepreneur, and I am learning a lot. I learned in the beginning I was lazy as heck, because I was so used to that job schedule, that 9 to 5, or really mine was probably like 8 to 5 schedule, the mentality, you know. And if you want to do this, you're gonna have to put in more time. And I have learned that in the beginning, you're gonna have to put in more time to get to where you really want financially. And am I there? No. Because, you know, I'm kind of like in the middle stages, because now I've been broken in. Okay. You know, everything that you want or you're used to doing a job, let that go. Let it go, people. Let it go. Seriously. When you're ready to step into entrepreneurship or being a business owner, you're gonna have to let that, what's that? The hamster wheel mindset, working a job mindset, let it go. Because it don't work in this arena. It really don't. You're gonna find yourself wanting to take a lot of breaks because you're gonna be tired. So you're gonna have to really kind of regulate it. And something I wish I could have did if I had known better was slowly peeled away before I was laid off, you know, but I didn't have that. So, but I'm starting off as an entrepreneur before because I tried to jump into just running a business, and no, don't work like that. So, maybe selling somebody's products, getting in the mindset, you know. Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he talked about his process. And I really liked it, and I really see what he meant, you know. And you read the book and see what he meant. There may be a lot of book reading or video watching to really grasp this new lifestyle of entrepreneuring to business owner. But I say to you, take your time. You know, another thing I wanted to mention is too, me really delving into my spirituality, trying to balance a regular life of work with spirituality. And what I truly want to do is taking me some time to get to it. It's slowly but surely. And sometimes it can be confusing for me because sometimes I have to remember to ground myself, to remember, okay, Anita, you're still human. You haven't ascended, you know? So stay in the present. I also realize that sometimes when I'm having, and I'm gonna tell you, since after 2020, 2021, latter part of 2020, I started having financial problems where I've never had a problem being on time with my bills and rents. I may have had to take my time to pay certain bills, but I was always on time with rent. And I really, really am doing my best to get it together, because I have experienced getting an eviction notice. Just a notice. And I don't like that. I don't like that kind of reputation. I know some of you say, oh yeah, it messed with your credit. I don't even like credit. I don't like credit cards, none of that. And I know y'all say, well, how you do? I don't want all of that extra stuff. If I'm having challenges trying to pay certain bills, why would I get a credit card? I know you say to build credit. I like to just go ahead and pay for things. People say in good standing. You know, I'm this, like I said, trying to live in one world while naturally being a spiritual person. I don't even understand this wanting to get credit cards and stuff. That's just never been me. It's never even, it has not been me to want to sign a contract to prove to someone I love them. So you see a teeny bit of what I'm like, you know. So trying to balance the two worlds, you know. But they say you're gonna love one and hate the other. So choose. And I've chosen. I love spirituality. I like money because I know I need it to survive. I don't hate it. I come to realize it's an energy to love, to be able to utilize and exercise in order to survive and maintain stability and security. I get it. At least I'm getting it. And I've come to accept that. There's a lot of things I'm coming to accept. And it's a process, because as I mature in age, I want to mature here and here, as well as in spirit. I want to be able to master my life. Who's to say I can master this realm? And if that's possible, I want to do that. But yet I can only put but so much on me that is allowed. We have to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes, you know, if you're talking to yourself and nobody else is listening, then you ain't talking to yourself, because you know who's listening. And express yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. I'm talking to you guys, and sometimes I don't even know if I'm feeling like I talk to somebody, because I'm looking at myself. And, you know, right now I can feel like I'm talking to myself. But if I'm talking to myself, you guys are a reflection of who I am, because you are who I attracted into my life, because maybe you need it. And if you don't need it, maybe you're troubling. And I like to say, even about the trolls, even if you have a lot of criticism to make, hey, you're critiquing because you're enjoying, you really like the message. You might get irritated, but why you hear it? Because I had said that I watch an influencer, and certain things I may not like about her, but she's exciting to watch. She's entertaining. I have no need to critique her and leave a whole bunch of mess. I just keep that stuff to myself. People have enough of other people getting up under their videos and commenting crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, the last video I wasn't trying to expose because I didn't put who they were out there. It was just an enlightenment that I feel that I'm growing, that I can see things, I sense it. And it's beautiful to even experience certain supernatural powers in nature, the powers that nature brings with it, that the universe revealed to us. And it was just that I wanted to share because I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I saw. This is my experience, and to be able to see this and be like, and in a sense, you would say I was judging, but it was just something I wanted to share to show that this is what I intuitively computed or analyzed from the whole situation. I might tend to do that a lot. It might sound like I'm judging, but it's just me sharing a story and what I got from it intuitively, what lesson it gave me. And that lesson is what I'm giving to you. Being able to take accountability for the dumb stuff that we do. And even though it's dumb for the moment, it's only dumb if you don't learn anything from it. So I guess it's not dumb. We have done some crazy stuff, but if you're continuously doing the crazy stuff or the dumb stuff, stupid stuff, then I guess it is considered dumb and stupid because you ain't learned that, because you keep repeating the same cycle. But once you learn the lesson, it's no longer dumb because now you've mastered it or you figured it out. You may not have mastered, but you figured it out until you've mastered it, okay? So, I don't know if there's anything else I can share, but yeah, so, I'm still on this journey, financially learning to get it together as an entrepreneur. I got to get it together if I want my own business, because I can't be slacking. There's some other things that I was slacking in because I was trying to figure out one part. Now I got to figure out this organizing, making sure my papers and stuff is correct, and all of that, and being able to report certain information accurately, making sure I keep things in order. So it's a process. It's a process. And it's a process for all of us, no matter what it is. It could be your first time working a job, and just know that, that's a process of learning to abide by other people's rules, and I'm still having to respect other people's rules because I'm selling their product, So, as I always say, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. And is it what I want? Doesn't have to be what I want, just as long as you want to think. All right, you guys, I gotta go. Take care. Hi, my name is AnitaYarbrough, and I am your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I bring to you today my signature programs based on healing transformations that align purpose. My first signature program, self-authentication based healing. This paradigm shifting and transformative based program is designed to share life experiences due to the changing times we're in to assert your self authenticating willpower. In this program, you will learn the importance of healing to help lead the way towards understanding a new age mindset that promotes creative, holistic living for unlocking your purpose. Transform and align with your purpose in any area you choose. Within these changing times, by trying a new approach to tasks and or activities to gain courage and confidence. Feel free to accept the changes in the world and experience the new, real you without judgment from yourself and others. Learn to accept uncontrollable circumstances. Let go of the past and activate a new you. Overcome blockages on your way towards your newfound freedom after attending this life-changing presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn the difference between using logic and intuition, understand how your belief systems influence your authenticity. Learn the importance of balancing your light and dark psyche. Use mental and emotional coping techniques to transcend traumas and pain to start the healing process. Gaining self-acceptance to heal through self-talk and expression. My second signature program is lifestyle-based healing. This life-building and knowledge-based program is designed to help you succeed in the next phase of transformational growth during these changing times to enhance your development. In this session, you will learn how to tap into your natural survival resources and following the intuitive influences that open your eyes to new pathways of living, achieve greater results, and supercharge your mission by creating a new lifestyle. You will come to understand how to discipline your body, your mind, and spirit to prepare the unexpected and expected changes in your life, inside and out. Inspire others to do the same. Become efficient and improve functionality after this enlightening presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn what your limits are towards change, learn how to replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify your stress triggers and traumas to make changes, and self-heal. Learn about inner and outside influences that affect your lifestyle. Understand how good health practices establishes great wealth to enhance a certain lifestyle. Learn the importance of your survival and creating your new life and what it takes to sustain a new lifestyle. Expose your toxicities before incorporating new lifestyle changes. Now, this third signature program is my communication-based healing. This mind-enriching session will teach you how to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings. Demonstrate many ways to communicate your subconscious mind to gain control of your life. The strategies in this portion of the program will fine-tune your communication skills within these changing times by using your childlike imagination to promote healing and find your confidence to better express yourself. Learn how to analyze the communication style of others, which better helps with understanding how to communicate. So after this presentation, you will be able to achieve a life of mastery that is limitless. So after this program, you will be able to learn to listen to your true voice, to break your own hypnotic spell, learn importance of self-talk, creatively express your imagination, to welcome in the healing process, learn and understand different communication styles, find out how to communicate commands to your subconscious mind to create change. Now, this last signature program is community-based healing. This approach into the community dynamics during these times of change will alter your reality to identify patterns in situations and know when to seek solutions. Learn the positives and negatives of comparisons and judgments that are used within your environment or community. Learn tactics to break away from the trends within your environment and community that are presently not realized as mind control tools. Learn manifestations for your ideal environment or community, which can influence and become impressionable to others. Before this presentation ends, it will empower your every move. So after this program, you will be able to understand how to manifest your needs and wants, recognizing patterns that will create solutions for a better change, learn how to recognize individuals of bad or good influence in your space, understand how making peace with yourself can become a masterpiece for an ideal community, create better habits and practices that will help you attain the peace you so desire, and design and create a space that cannot be compared to others. I would like to thank you for taking time out in your busy day and joining me or sitting with me in learning more about my signature programs. As I always tell others, I am not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Again, thank you and have a great rest of your day.